How to start a luxurious whiskey collection. Presently, many people lean towards this brown and classy drink known as whiskey. This is due to its rich and delightful taste. Aside from that, it's also considered to be among the finest due to its vast benefits. For instance, some health experts suggest that it may help decrease the chances of getting heart disease. These are enough reasons to motivate you to launch your own whiskey collection. Here are 5 tips for your consideration. Number 1. Learn more about whiskey. It's critical to understand whiskey in and out as you embark on your collection. First and foremost, you ought to know the various stages of processing whiskey, which are brewing, mashing, fermentation, distillation, and maturation. This way, you can tell the fineness that goes into the manufacturing of this drink. Second, you must know the various whiskey brands in the market. This way, you'll ensure your collection has every leading brand. Third, you ought to know the various types of whiskey, including bourbon, rye, blended, malt, and many others. Therefore, consider reading comprehensive online guides on all things whiskey, such as the one presented over at this website. On top of information regarding whiskey, such sites can also help you with the following: finding reliable online liquor stores from which you can purchase whiskey. Note that some stores stock counterfeit whiskey, so you'd better be watchful. Reading different reviews from whiskey fans, perhaps how tasted they found certain brands. Locating exciting whiskey tasting events within your neighborhood, which you may attend to find quality whiskey bottles to add to your collection. Meeting and collaborating with experienced whiskey collectors. They can share their experience and how they became successful in their venture. The more you learn about whiskey, the better your collection will be. So devote generous time to the learning phase to ensure you get everything into perspective. Number 2, determine your budget. This is another vital point in your quest for a luxurious whiskey collection. You'd want to look into the prices of different whiskey brands on the market, then compare them with your budget to have an idea of how many bottles you can purchase every week or month. A budget also helps you avoid emotional purchases. There is no denying that some brands are highly priced. On the same note, don't be carried away with good sounding whiskey names and beautiful looks of a specific bottle. These factors are only secondary. Your primary concern should be the quality of the content inside in the bottle. Also, it's wise to compare prices from trusted stores before making the purchase. This helps you save a coin or two, which is everyone's goal, not only regarding whiskey collection but many other aspects of life, including traveling. Number 3, focus on taste instead of the age. Don't confine yourself to simply collecting old or young bottles of whiskey. Undoubtedly, an old whiskey bottle may be expensive due to its refinement, casing, or rareness, but it's not always a guarantee that they're the best tasting. You may come across younger whiskey that's tastier and better than older ones. Thus, try focusing more on the taste rather than the age. This way, you'll ensure your collection is filled with great tasting varieties rather than purely old bottles with little to offer in terms of taste. Number 4, choose a good storage area. The storage conditions are critical to sustaining the revered whiskey taste. Here are some factors to consider when setting up your whiskey storage space. Strong shelves. Most whiskey bottles are heavy, and so you must have strong shelves to hold them up. These bottles are expensive and you wouldn't want to see them breaking. Therefore, avoid flimsy shelves at all costs. Shade. Exposure to direct sunlight can significantly damage whiskey and ruin its flavor. Therefore, ensure your whiskey shelf is properly shaded. Sealing. Ensure all the bottles are tightly closed. This prevents air from entering the bottle. Exposure to air is known to compromise the flavor of your drinks. Temperature. Ensure the storage room has a low temperature. Storing whiskey in hot temperatures may cause the liquid to expand, damage the seal, and let in air, which compromises the flavor. Number 5. Invest in a tracking system. There are dozens of online and downloadable tools you can use to track statistics of your luxurious whiskey collection. Use them to keep records such as the purchase date, the history of a specific whiskey brand, the purchase price, and more. Conclusion: starting your luxurious whiskey collection is a dream come true. It shouldn't be complicated as long as you know the basics. Start by learning as much as you can about whiskey from reliable sites. Next, prepare a decent storage space that preserves the taste for as long as possible. Also, invest in a reliable tracking system to keep good records of your collection. Keep adding bottles after bottle until your whiskey library gets full.